I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. In the book of Revelation we read about the awful beast who is the enemy of humanity. Many are expecting a great antichrist, someone worse than Hitler, perhaps the devil incarnate. But the beast is not a single individual. We don't require a great world dictator to see the power of the beast at work, for the power of the beast exists everywhere, and it is actually humanity itself that is responsible for giving the beast its power. The beast is so subtle that almost all of humanity bear its mark. We could say that humanity is the beast, for we all too often allow beastly authority to exercise unrighteous dominion over every aspect of our lives. But what an accusation to make! How dare we cast such a pall over the whole of humanity? Consider this. The book of Revelation is one of the most profound, yet misunderstood books in the history of the modern world, and for good reason. If John the Revelator had not disguised his writings in symbolic, apocalyptic metaphor, surely the writings would not have survived the millennia, for the authorities of the time would have recognized the truth of John's writings and destroyed them to preserve their power. But when humanity understands and awakens to the truth of John's writings, we can finally free ourselves from the beast. Then Jesus' words become a living revelation, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Let us understand the true intent of John's great revelation. All powers and energies are dual. What are the positive and negative uses of authority? The positive use of authority establishes order and guidance while allowing for free will, where people freely make their own decisions. The negative use of authority subverts free will through deception and fear. Those in authority want and often demand control over people by subverting their power to think, decide, and act according to their own will. The worst kind of deception and negative use of authority would be to give away the internal God-given light of truth within each soul to something external, be it a person, group, scripture, doctrine, philosophy, ritual, or ideology. Self-deception is the most difficult illusion to overcome, where we willingly suspend all discernment in deference to external authority. How prevalent is the beast? It is everywhere. It exists wherever authority is unearned and incompetent, be it political parties, bureaucratic institutions, religious leaders, media personalities, teachers and professors, doctors, lawyers, and other professionals. It exists in family structures where a member may exert unrighteous power, and no one questions his or her dictates. The beast exists in every institution, from academia, religion, and government, to our sciences, health, and medical establishments. It can even exist in favored books, dogmas, beliefs, and creeds. One may protest. I do not accept authorities without question. I am open-minded. That may be true at times, but do you fear to go against your peers and the norm when they cry, "Conspiracy theorist, liar, you are deceived, blasphemer, do you know better than the experts? Who do you think you are?" If we are truly honest, how often do we follow our internal compass? Or do we relent to the declaration, groupthink, and fear complex of those in authority? Of course, we should not condemn all authority and experts, for some are competent and have proven their value. These are earned authorities whose words and works are measurable and true. Unfortunately, humans are deeply flawed, and thus most authority is unearned. If we look at the fruits of their prescriptions, we see that they often fail to manifest as they promise. And when we dare to question them, we truly see the beast rear its ugly head. These same authorities turn on their subjects because beastly authority does not like to be questioned, and it fears for its power. Earned authorities accept an honest challenge and will clarify or civilly debate the merits of their ideas and prescriptions. An earned authority does not stand in the way of a person's search for answers elsewhere. The sign that we have taken our first great step is when we show a willingness to act on a true message from within, in defiance to all the clamoring messages from without, even facing risk of reputation, threats of damnation, or even life. Notice that we say, true message. Many believe they have received a true message from the soul, when in reality their action can be traced to the blind following of a guru, political or religious leader, friend, beloved book, the mass consensus of groupthink, or the lower ego pretending to be the soul. The subtle difference is this: he who still has the mark of the beast will either be enhancing someone else's ego or his own, whereas he who follows the soul will always feel humbled by it. Let us all embrace our inherent gift of free will and cease subjecting ourselves to the authoritative dictates of unearned persons and institutional dogma. The decision is ours, as long as we listen to the still small voice within.